Hey Leos, I'm here to do a quick energy general reading. If it resonates, my loves. If it don't, it don't. All right, the first card that came out is Divine Disguise. All right, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, can I get 2 more cards for my Leo collective? 2 more cards? These cards are so big. My hands are so tiny. Okay, can I get 2 more cards for my Leo collective? Ugh, being a pain in my butt. Alright, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, Ancestor, Spirit Guides. Can I get 2 more cards, please, for my Leo collective? Full flip Spirit, please, and thank you. Can I get 1 more for my Leos? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. 1 more, please, for Leos. Okay, we have the Steampunk Priestess. Ooh. And we have the Sweetheart. And at the bottom of the deck, Silver Siren. Okay. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and clarify these as well. We're at it. Clear the energies off these, please. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I don't know what the weather is like where you guys are at. Of course, everybody will be all over. However, I hope that you guys enjoy the beautiful weather. And if it's not, hopefully tomorrow it will be better for you. I want to thank you guys for all, tuning into my channel. I'm new to YouTube, so my following isn't the biggest, but it's going to grow so fast. I already know. All right, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, Ancestor, Spirit Guides, help me clarify Divine Disguise for the Leos, for my Leo family, my lovely lionesses. All right, shuffle. Okay, shuffle. I'm gonna have to shuffle. Spirit said shuffle them 4 times. 1, 2, 3. All right. 4. Beautiful. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Exactly. All right, Leos. Holy Spirit, can you please clarify Divine Disguise for Leos? That is beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. All right, Spirit, can I get a clarifier for High Priestess? Soulmate. Nice. All right, can I get a clarifier for Sweetheart, Spirit, for my Leos? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, can I get a clarifying card for Sweetheart? Sweetheart for my Leos. All right, go through this again. Renewal. All right, Sweetheart for my Leos. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, Ancestors, Spirit Guides. Can I get clarifying card for Sweetheart? Somebody might be coming towards you to trick you. May not. Sweetheart. Forgiveness. Victim. All right. Okay. Let's see what this Divine Disguise is about. Okay. Some blessings are obvious. The door that opens, the person who says yes, and the instant success of an idea. But not all blessings are instantly recognizable. Some blessings are so veiled at first sight, you may consider them to be an unwanted development. A concealing blessing is either already at work in your life or on its way. Don't worry if you feel like things aren't working out as they should. Soon enough, the disguise will be dropped and the blessings unmasked in all beauty. Blessings are the mysterious workings of the universe, there to help us along the unique path to live our truths and fulfill our potential. The universe has the knack of knowing just what we need, even when sometimes we might think we need something altogether different. This is how it can be something we resist and reject in our lives, become the very thing we're most grateful for later on. We realize it has been a blessing masked, something actually helping us, even though it may not have come in the form of a challenge or a struggle before we eventually gain the great benefit. The Oracle, the divine disguise, brings you a positive message and a prediction for your future. It brings you the promise of peace of mind and realization that the universe does really know what it's doing. It's in your corner, on your side, cheering you on and helping you avoid unnecessary pitfalls, even if you don't know they exist. The Oracle indicates that the real beauty of a situation isn't obvious to you yet. There could be a delay or change in plans that turns out to be in your favor, even if at the time you aren't sure. It signals failure. It could be the wrong person saying no to the right person saying yes. Blocked from turning back to your past, you must continue forward into the magic of your future. Whatever your hidden blessing, the Oracle of Divine Disguise tell you that you are soon to realize just how loved and helped you are in all areas of your life. When this Oracle appears, you are being told specifically that you don't need to worry, even which it appears to be the most troublesome is going to reveal itself to be working out in your favor. So what I get with this card is not all blessings are as obvious as you think. They may come in a different package, or maybe not the way you expected. I feel like you went through something in the past that wasn't the greatest, and possibly with a soulmate, and it was really hard on you. You may have taken it, well, you did take it really, really hard, is what I'm getting. But you persevered through, everything you were put through. You're realizing that everything you were put through was for a reason, a purpose. It could have been to make you grow. Maybe the lesson, let's say it's a breakup and things were just really crappy. And at first you were just like, you looked at things from the wrong perspective, possibly at first like a victim mentality, but then you realized, hey, I had to go through this so that I could realize, like, I had to choose me is what I'm getting. And even though this lesson hurt, it was really tough for you to go through. It was something you needed to go through. There were lessons that needed to be learned. And you were strong, Leo. You persevered through the whole thing. Made it look easy is what I'm guessing. And, even though it hurt, I feel like, if this was in a relationship in the past, you're thankful for going through what you did, because maybe you didn't love yourself, and that person pushing you away forced you to show you how to love yourself. So you're grateful for the lesson, even though it wasn't something you enjoyed going through it in the process. It could be family, friends, coworkers as well. You're thankful for them putting, I'm not saying putting you through it, because we don't get put through nothing. Well, most times we don't get put through something we don't allow anyway. So maybe you're realizing that it was a much needed lesson and it made you stronger. And I feel like, you know, now you're thankful for the lesson you went through. Maybe you didn't know how to stand up for yourself back then, and now you do. Or maybe you didn't love yourself back then, now you do. Maybe you let people run all over you in the past, and now you have healthy boundaries. It was a much needed lesson. I feel like you forgave the person that you have love for that person is what I'm hearing, because they taught you some much needed lessons. And you're really thankful for the lessons they taught you. All right, and the next card we have is Steampunk Priestess, and it says 1, 2, 3, trust in what you see. 4, 5, 6, the truth behind the tricks. 7, 8, 9, clarity divine. You shall see what you need to see at the perfect moment. It shall be. Appearances can deceive, yet when the time is right, the incisive intuition slices through the illusion, and the truth hits you between the eyes. That the perception of reality behind the illusion. You know it when you experience it, and you know you have to trust in what you see. So give yourself permission to acknowledge and accept the power of those insights. Don't talk yourself out of the truth. Intuition may only last for a second, and yet it can change the way you look at things forever. Setting you on a more authentic course and allowing for changes to take place so that you might have previously believed were impossible. The Steampunk Priestess comes to you when more to something or someone that initially meets the eye. You need to look closer to understand what is happening, or trust in what you are already perceiving, even if a part of yourself doubts it, because the truth of the matter in such cases would be so at odds with superficial appearances. She reminds you to trust your insight, no matter how startling, surprising, or shocking the intuitive hit may be. She also brings a reminder to focus on what matters to you. Then you won't lose precious energy by either worrying about what could go wrong or trying to sort something out in your head. When the time is right, even the most confusing situation is going to come into focus, and your understanding of the matter, what you need to do or not to do, will be crystal clear. Set an intention for clarity clarity, and trust what you see. What I'm getting, with this card is, if this was like a relationship, maybe you didn't realize that this person would have such an impact on your life. I feel like, like I said before, you were angry and about, the lessons that this person taught you. However, this person was your soulmate. They taught you a lesson that you needed to learn, and I feel like you understand that. You understand that. I feel like maybe you can't. This isn't going to be for everyone. However, it's going to be for who it resonates with. Right person, wrong time. And, you're thankful for the lessons, and I feel like you've even forgiven this person for doing so. Maybe you looked at it like really negatively when it was happening. I'm sure you did. But now you're like, I love this person that much more because of how I love me now. Okay, and the next card we have is Sweetheart. It says, you've known violence in your life. Maybe on the outside, maybe on the inside, with a mind that has tortured you with fear, shame, darkness, and doubt. Even of that now, it is time for a gentler way, less pain, more gain. No more torture. It is time for sweets and treats. There is so much violence in the world and in our own minds. that we can assume that it is just the way of the world, then we have to accept it, dealing with it, and thereby forget we have the right to question it and even change it if we choose. Even the most ambitious desire for healing the world starts with us as individuals. We cannot bring more peace into the world if there is violence in our hearts. Regrets, shaming, judgments, fear of not being good enough, uncertainty, and constant pushing to become more, to do more, to have more can become the energetic equivalent of beating ourselves up every day. This creates invisible bruises that never have time to heal because we don't forgive ourselves. The sweetness, kindness, and the compassion we need to break free from the abuse cycle. The Oracle Sweetheart comes to you with the message of a new cycle, one that is sweeter, one that is more loving, one that promises new life. But you have to be willing to dispense with violence, one step at a time. This means beginning to substitute judgment for kindness in how you relate to yourself. You relate yourself to the world. You have to give yourself a gentler life journey. Would you accept this for yourself? It is your choice every day whether to go into the world fighting against it, or the belief that it wants to, can, and will help you do all that you've been born to do. If there's an abusive or toxic relationship in your life, then you need to do some relationship overhauling, even if it means ending one or all of them. No matter how much the people involved may proclaim their love, no matter how much you may wonder if you are making it up because appearances seem so acceptable, and yet underneath you cannot help but feel that something isn't healthy. If a relationship is holding you back rather than helping lift you up, then reconsider its place in your life. You cannot taste the sweetness. Let me see where I left off. Okay, sweetness that life wants to bring to you if you are crammed full of stuff you don't want or need anymore. Create some space, get a bit hungry. Ready yourself for receiving life's nectar. Believe in the power of your new beginning. You are a true sweetheart of the universe. Let yourself be treated accordingly. Welcome, motherfuckers. Careful, I'm kind of slow this morning. Afternoon. Okay. Isn't it pretty outside? Isn't it pretty, Remy? Hey, right here. Hey. And I feel like, this soulmate could have put you through a lot of turmoil. But with it, there was lessons to learn. They played their part. But, even though you've been through hell and hot water, you haven't let it change you at all. If anything, you've gained more wisdom from it. So, if you're harboring any resentment, Spirit doesn't want you to do that. Spirit wants you to forgive this person. They were broken. They were broken too. I'm hearing twin flame, not for all, obviously not all, Leos or twins. But if that's the case, you were put through a lot, and whether you realized it at the time or not, this was meant to happen. But I feel like you've already forgiven them though, because you see things for what they really are. So after that, we have the Silver Siren. Let's see what the book has to say about that. Thank you for being patient with me, my lovely Leos. It says, when is an enchantment not enchanting? When it is a spell you allow to consume your free will, even as it promises so much and yet delivers so little. The Silver Siren sings her song, a pretty poison to her soul. Her false allure tempts the mind, even with the heart feels that something is not quite right. Your power will come from discerning the truth and allowing her false promises no play in your heart. The modern world, perhaps especially in the spiritual field, is laden with false light. This is the light that blinds and obscures rather than clarifies and reveals. False light is that which seems dazzling on the surface, but underneath is nothing but hot air at its best. The destructive energy will rot your soul at worst. False light is the opportunity so intoxicating that even selling your soul to have it seems rational, or the person so alluring you're willing to deny your basic needs for respect and acknowledgement in order to spend just another moment by their side. This false light is seduction, a siren song, a promise of whatever it is you feel you cannot have unless. And I feel like, this soulmate could have put you through a lot of turmoil. But with it, there was lessons to learn. They played their part. But you, even though you've been through hell and hot water, you haven't let it change you at all. If anything, you've gained more wisdom from it. So, if you're harboring any resentment, Spirit doesn't want you to do that. Spirit wants you to forgive this person. They were broken. They were broken too. I'm hearing twin flame, not for all, obviously not all, Leos or twins. But if that's the case, you were put through a lot. And, whether you realized it at the time or not, this was meant to happen. But, I feel like you've already forgiven them though. Because you see things for what they really are. So after that, we have the Silver Siren. Let's see what the book has to say about that. Thank you for being patient with me, my lovely Leos. It says, when is an enchantment not enchanting? When it is a spell you allow to consume your free will, even as it promises so much and yet delivers so little. The Silver Siren sings her song, a pretty poison to her soul. Her false allure tempts the mind, even with the heart feels that something is not quite right. Your power will come from discerning the truth and allowing her false promises no play in your heart. The modern world, perhaps especially in the spiritual field, is laden with false light. This is the light that blinds and obscures rather than clarifies and reveals. False light is that which seems dazzling on the surface, but underneath is nothing but hot air at its best. The destructive energy will rot your soul at worst. False light is the opportunity so intoxicating that even selling your soul to have it seems rational, or the person so alluring you're willing to deny your basic needs for respect and acknowledgement in order to spend just another moment by their side. This false light is seduction, a siren song, a promise of whatever it is you feel you cannot have unless your integrity to get it. This is just one lesson to be learned through the sirens, though the siren song is the same lesson always, no matter the circumstances may be. If you compromise your integrity, you will find that you have to abstain what is not worth the price you paid for it, no matter how much you believed it otherwise. It's simply not to be worthwhile. The Silver Siren comes to you when you are one of the souls with enough discernment, strength, and integrity to be able to say no to destroy the enchantment that will not enhance your life, but slowly, surely destroy it. The small compromise of your self-esteem would seem unconscious enough at first, but with manipulation would continue and eventually erode at your soul, that no longer believed yourself capable of living your best life, of receiving genuine love and affection, of having anything of value to share with the world. To disempowerment the false light, you must stay true to what your heart says, no matter how much you may feel you'll regret it later on. Simply say no to what is unworthy, to that does not hold the truth of the light within. Even if by all appearances a person declares they are utterly enlightened and only interested in your highest good, even if the opportunity at hand is too good to miss, making your mind needy and confused when you feel in your heart that it is that you really should give it a miss, simply say no. When the Silver Siren sings her song to you, know that you are being given an opportunity for empowerment. This is an opportunity to trust yourself, to stand firm in your truths, to experience a priceless sense of love, safety, security, peace, and self-possession that this brings. With this, your soul can sing its own song, a song that shares true light, the lightness of the heart that lives in peace with the true world. So I feel like this soulmate, excuse me, and her twin flame I don't think they want me to get this out, but it's whatever. Anyway, this person wore a mask. This person wanted you to believe that they were something that they were not. And I feel like for a while you may have been fooled by their mask, but you're not anymore. Not at all. And, you know, I feel like you used your spirit of discernment, your intuition, your gut feelings, whatever, have you, when it came to this person. You guys are no longer together. I feel like when you separated from them, this person played the victim, made you look like the bad person, is what I'm getting, is what Spirit is telling me. Wanted you to look like the bad person to cover up, but I feel like the people around this person, they're not blind. I feel like they've known this person, so this is just what they do, is what I heard. And beneath that is the sacred fool, which is what I feel like you became. It says, imagine a life free of concern about the opinions of other people, a life where you feel brave enough, free enough, trusting enough to play the fool, to make a choice even if it seems illogical, unreasonable, daring, or downright foolish. Cast aside sensible opinions and poker faces. The sacred fool invites you to live unafraid, to take risks and step away from the confines of what seems sensible and logical in life. There is so much to be said for common senses, practicality, and a ground approach, especially with spiritual matters, creating a life that fulfills your dreams. But if you're really going to live, love, thrive, and create this lifetime to be original, then you are also going to be willing to run the risk of being seen to be the fool, which is exactly what I feel like you do. I feel like since you left this situation, you have been unapologetically yourself. There was a whole renewal. This isn't for everybody, but you went through a spiritual awakening and you started to trust your instincts. I feel like when you left, you didn't know like where exactly you were going to go, how you were going to do it. But you had faith in the divine, and you walked away from that situation. You chose you, is what Spirit said. And ever since then, you've been surrounded by abundance. You've been provided for. The universe helped you you know, just helped you make it. You know, behind the sacred foal is the tiger angel. Isn't she beautiful? Okay, and it says the universe needs you. It needs your strength, your guiding hand, your devotion, your goodness, and your protection. There are people, projects, ideas, and hopes that need your encouragement, your optimism, your nurturing. You have helpful healing power in you. Be confident enough to be gentle, and your inner power shall uplift and protect many in this world. Keep them safe and inspiring them to trust in love. We all have moments where we wonder if we are doing such a great job at this game called life. The idea of helping others appeal, and yet when we have our moment of struggle in our own lives, we may question whether or not we are a good candidate to protect and guide and nurture others. When we desire to create a positive contribution to the world exists in your heart, you must remember that such a desire was placed there on purpose, for your life's purpose. The universe knows what you are capable of, and it believes in you, even though you may not always realize it. You have the light of an angel and the fierceness of the tiger in you. You are capable of so much more than you realize. One of your spiritual gifts is the art of invisible influence. This empowers you to guide without breaking the spirit of others you choose to lead. You do not need to tell others what to do or how to be. You can simply hold a vision of them in your heart, a vision that sees them becoming all they can be. Your influence becomes more powerful in the lives of others based on how you choose to live. Even if you don't say a word, your presence assists. Maybe your invisible influence extends to your family, your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, and your clients. It may even be the world at large that you were helping, simply through how you choose to think and be in your life. There is truth in your heart, the truth that knows every being is loved and deserves to feel safe in their life of freedom and truth. Your adherence to this truth can tame even the most fearful and resentful thoughts within you and the people around you. Remembering your ability to calm the heart and empower the soul creates a feeling of security within you. Your invisible influence also helps all beings. Remember that there is no need to fear, that together we can create a world where all the creatures are happy and free. You know, Spirit is telling you, like, you have such an influence. You have a mass following, whether you realize it or not. You are impacting so many people around the world is what Spirit. You know, people watch you. You know, a lot of people, not everybody that, you know, follows you knows your struggles and the things you've really been through. I feel like, you know, that's not something like you're not one that wants a pity party. You don't post your struggles. And people, you know that you go through them. But they see your strength. They see your strength. And you are highly influential. A lot of people look up to you, and whether you know it or not, you are healing others just by being in their presence, very possibly just by seeing your pictures, looking at your smile, watching your videos. I feel like you don't even know how much you influence people and the healing that you may do. Spirit's telling you you are a lot stronger than you think you are, and you know your spiritual gifts are just gonna continue to enhance. And you know, just keep doing what you're doing. I feel like you don't even have to tell people how to be. You kind of just live your life, and it's a huge influence on others. And that's very beautiful, Leo. Right after that is out of the darkness. Spirit's telling me to keep going, so here I am. Something that has been troubling you, something dark within you or in your life is about to become something else. You won't see it coming. When the time is right, and soon it will be, out of the darkness will come a new life. A seed of new life is growing. Perhaps you cannot see it or feel it because the seed begins its journey to a new life in darkness, hidden away and away from the light. This seed is destined to bring new life to a situation that may seem to be dying, a fresh perspective to a stale problem. When the time is right, and that is fast approaching, the seed will push through, rise up, and reveal itself. It will no longer just be a seed, but a shoot that will grow into a plant, and the flower can bear fruit. It is not a question of whether or not it is going to happen. It is just a matter of time. Whatever struggle or challenges in your life or heart you have right now, trust that it is going to work out. Not only that, but the very thing that seems to be the darkness in your life, the most troublesome, is actually going to be what brings what brings forth a beautiful gift in life. In a strange way, it actually is trying to help you. It is assisting you in being ready to receive the experience new life, for something new to be born in your life. It may be the realization of your own inner strength, belief in yourself, confidence to trust that your instincts or other gifts yet to be understood. In time, you'll see those gifts developed in order to get through the darkness, helped you to step out of the darkness and into a whole new life. Soon you will see there was an opportunity and even a blessing hiding in the troubles of your past, just waiting for the right time to transform into light and life. So there's something going on in your life. People may be trying to come against you. This isn't going to resonate for all, but they'll know who they are. And Spirit is telling you not to worry. Do not worry about what people are projecting you to worry about, is what they're telling me. If people are cursing you, your curses will turn into blessings, is what I'm being told. And I know people may be saying, that you're vain and you're this and you're that. Conceited is what I'm hearing, but Spirit is saying no. She came out of this dark place and she has grown. She loves herself. She isn't vain. She is confident. And the people who are calling you cocky, saying that you're full of yourself, are people that don't even know their own worth. So don't worry about what they say. They're just trying to create drama in your life. But those people are dealing with the energy that they tried to project on you. And maybe somebody in your life was trying to be tricky, deceiving, lying to you. Instead of being resentful, you have actually lifted them up in prayer. You're realizing that you guys just have differences, and it is what it is. And through, even if your soulmate, you're realizing, hey, light and dark, yin and yang is what I heard. You have enlightenment. I feel like your soulmate right now feels guilty about the way they treated you. But you forgive them. They need to forgive themselves. The whole experience was bittersweet. And you had to release this person because you found your self-worth. It made it easy for you to walk away. I feel like since you walked away, you found an inner peace in yourself. You may be, filled with joy. And maybe you didn't realize that things were going to be the way they were. You didn't see how it just simply needed to happen this way. They helped you grow spiritually, so don't be angry with them, because with this experience you've gained wisdom and it has allowed you to discover who you really are. You are no longer confused to what people try to project onto you. You're no longer wearing a mask, and it really hurt for you to go through this. People that aren't in your energy, is what Spirit is saying, are gossiping about you. But don't worry about it, Leo. What people put out into the earth, they will get back. And this has allowed you, this whole experience has allowed you to grow. It has simply walked you into your destiny. is what Spirit is saying. And though, you know, the relationship with your soulmate has come into a completion, you are now able to look into your passions, the things that you once used to be, like, let's say you love to sing, you're now singing again. You love to dance, you're now dancing again. You're realizing that this was all just a lesson. It had to be done. You're not holding resentment for your soulmate because they have helped get you on your correct path. So you're no longer, you know, angry with them. You're no longer sitting, you know, in self-pity or being sad about the situation. You know, now you are thankful for them. You know, you love that person because they showed you how to love yourself, and it has allowed you to expand in your life. It was a very much needed detour, but I feel like you've recovered who you were before, you know, who you were a long time ago. You reached out to the divine, and they gave you strength. I feel like in the past you may have been insecure about yourself, about the things you felt like you couldn't do. You're no longer that way. This whole experience has changed your perception, and you've accepted things for what they were. You're no longer, you know, realizing that this person really did a service to you, blessed you, and really it allowed you to balance things within yourself. And I feel like you're in perfect balance within yourself. You may be working a little too hard. Maybe you had to go into isolation, you know, to kind of get this process, all of this. And you're no longer looking at it as rejection. You're looking at it as a miracle. They really did you a favor. They really... You know, there's a saying, I forget who said it, people who, you know, show you that they don't love you really teach you how to love yourself. And I feel like, you know, this person loved you deep down inside, but they weren't ready. Right person, wrong time is what Spirit is saying. And you may not be talking to this person. They might be wearing a mask and pretending everything is okay. It's not. But, you know, send love and light their way because they're going through what they put you through is what I'm hearing. So just realize, you know, that this is all a part of the process. If this is your twin flame, you guys had to go your separate ways just to be, you know, come back together. Spirit says you are going to come back together. You guys both just had lessons to learn. This isn't for everybody. There are some Leos that, you know, maybe their divine masculine isn't... This turned into a twin flame reading. This isn't for everyone, okay? This will be for who they know they are. But, you know, you guys both just had things you had to do and go separate ways. Lessons to learn, very much needed lessons. So just realize that this soulmate came into your life for a reason. It needed to happen, and don't, you know, just be grateful for the lesson, because, you know, when somebody teaches you how to love yourself, that's real love. And I feel like maybe this person didn't know how to love back then, but they taught you how to love you unconditionally. And it was a miracle that you were able to do that. I feel like people tried to break you your whole life, but it didn't work. You're thankful for this person. All right, Leo. Like I said, that, you know, every part of this isn't going to resonate for every Leo, but the, you know, Leos that this is for, that it does resonate with, will know that it's for them. All right, my Leo loves. Have a very blessed day. Enjoy your weekend. Bye. Love and light.